Hey, what's up, everybody? Now I'm going to do my predictions for the AAA show, which I forgot to look up the name for because I meant to do that before I jumped into this video, but I forgot. But basically, this is like the Cinco de Mayo episode of AAA these next couple of weeks. I'm really obviously interested in this show. I've really enjoyed AAA. I think of all the WWE shows that they have, it's probably the best. It's probably this, then NXT, um, then SmackDown, not SmackDown, then Raw, then maybe LFG, SmackDown, and main events. It's probably about the order that I enjoy. But yeah, I think AAA has a lot of life to it. I think it's been uh, a great show every week. And I think it's a really easy show to book and everything like that. Um, so I'm gonna go through the next couple of weeks of programming and just kind of give my predictions for it. I'll probably do a video on it, like after the second week at some point, and review the show. Um, but yeah, let's just talk about it. This episode airing tonight. And again, I'm not gonna edit this video either, obviously, since the episode's airing tonight and stuff. I probably could get away with it, but I don't really see the point. Um, the match code is Los Americanos versus the Creed brothers. Uh, this match makes a lot of sense since you know they've both been backups for the Americano feud. I think it makes sense to do this match before you do the mask versus mask match, so it makes sense to plop it in here. Um, as for who wins, this is really tough. You know, both teams could use the win. But just to get like a little bit more heat on the mask versus mask match, I'll say that the Creed brothers will win. I feel like this would be a nice win for them, and I don't really think it would really hurt Los Americanos. I might get like more sympathy on Al Grande Americano, the one that's over in Mexico and everything like that. So um, I'm gonna say the Creed brothers win that, and then um, the main event match on the show is Laredo Kid defending his AAA World Cruiserweight Championship against Ray Phoenix. Really interested in this match. They've been kind of doing a little back and forth. Ray Phoenix beat him a couple weeks ago, which set up this match. And Laredo Kid didn't shake his hand or anything like that, and he's upset, you know. And he kind of he's been acting a little heelish lately. He kind of dropped in saying like, "Hey, like you're jealous of your brother's success." So I'm pretty interested in this match. I think Ray Phoenix needs to win this match. They haven't really done a whole lot with him since he's signed with WWE, and I think this would give him something to do. They could also use this match to fully turn Laredo Kid heel. Maybe he wins, and then Laredo Kid attacks him afterwards, and it can set up another rematch, maybe some type of stipulation match, like a ladder match or something. I think that'd be pretty cool. Or vice versa, they could use this, have Laredo cheat to win because he's getting worried that he's going to lose his title type of thing. But I think Wade Phoenix needs to win more. We're also supposed to find out who's supposed to be the general manager of AAA. They've been hyping this up the last few weeks by having Tejano and other AAA legends have meetings with the owner of AAA. They could go basic and make it Rey Mysterio, which would I think make a lot of sense since he's a AAA legend. That's where you got to start in wrestling. But I don't know how that would really work since he does the commentary every week, and he's still wrestling for the most part. So I don't really see why they would have him be the GM, unless he's gonna retire soon. Um, I'm going to throw a prediction out there. This might not happen, but I'm going to say it's going to be Chavo Guerrero. I think that would be really cool. It'd be a really cool return for him. It would work really well, and I think that would be a nice role to have him have. He can also just go there anyways and help train the AAA talent and everything like that. And having him be the GM, I think, would really work. And I think everyone would like that a lot. Um, but we'll see what happens. But I think Chavo should be the general manager. Um, I feel like it's not going to be like anybody that we've seen go have meetings with the owner of AAA. Um, I don't think it's going to be the guy that's managing Vikingo, whose name I can't remember right now, just because that would be way too obvious. But I do think it's going to be somebody coming in. So we'll see what happens. And then we have week 2. That was week 1. Week 2 is looking pretty stacked. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a 6-woman tag. It's going to be La Catalina, Lola Vice, and Bailey versus Le Toxicas. Obviously, this match makes all the sense in the world. La Catalina just came to AAA, and she's been eyeing Lady Flamer's Reina de Reinas championship. Lola Vice has had some issues with Los Toxicas with the feud with her and La Dejera, or however you say that name. And Bailey was like the last opponent that Lady Flamer like faced before she broke the record officially. So of like the longest reign rated Dorena's champion. So yeah, this 6-woman tag I think could be really good. I think this might be the best 6-woman tag in AAA. That's probably ever happened, and probably the best women's match I've seen, because usually the women matches are kind of the weak point of AAA. So I actually think we're going to get something special out of it. I think the faces win. I think Catalina is going to get a win off of not probably Lady Flamer, but one of the other 2 women, and they will use that to like launch a match between her and Lady Flamer at some point for the AAA Reina de Reinas title. Not exactly sure when, because I was thinking they would do it at the big WrestleMania show, Triple Mania, but I feel like that's in September. I feel like that'd be a little long to do that. You could do a match and then maybe have La Catalina lose, and then you build up a, you know, a redemption story. But we'll see what happens. And then also in week 2, we're going to have the Latin American title match. It's going to be Dr. Wagner Jr. defending against Vikingo. I think Vikingo should win the belt. I don't really know what more Dr. Wagner Jr. could do with the championship, since he hasn't really done much with it since he's really won it. He was supposed to obviously be in that feud with Santos Escobar, but then he got hurt and now released, so that's not going to be picking back up anytime soon. And I don't really know who else he faces. There's not really a lot of people he's faced. I think he's beaten everybody pretty sure too. I mean, they could always get someone from NXT and throw him in there, but I'm going to say Vikingo wins. He's also been taking a lot of big losses. He lost to Dominic Mysterio in the AAA Mega title match. He lost to Penta in the IC title match. He lost to Mini Vikingo. I think he needs to get a win. I think he could do some good things with AAA Latin American title. I think he need to finally just start to really capitalize on his heel turn. So I think Vikingo should win the belt. Then the main event is the mask versus mask match between the original El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. Well, also not just the main event. I don't know if this is because they announced at some point the War Raiders are going to challenge Psycho Clown and Pagano for the AAA World Tag Team titles, I believe. But they didn't really announce when it is. I'm pretty sure it's week 2. It could be week 1, or they could be waiting 3 weeks. But I'll predict that just in case it happens on one of these weeks. This one, I actually could see War Raiders getting the tag team titles. Pagano and Psycho Clown have been fighting a lot recently about who attacked Psycho Circus and everything like that, and they can't really seem to trust each other. So I think that's going to finally implode. Or whoever actually did like attack Psycho Circus, I could see, them costing them this match. And then, obviously that could be like the feud for Psycho Clown and Pagano and everything like that type of thing. So, Yeah, we'll see what happens with that, but I don't know when that match is going to happen. But then we have the mass versus mass match, the original El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. This match is obviously interesting, and unfortunately, it was built up very well, probably the best built thing in all of WWE programming. But now it really took a turn for the worst this past week because Luba Kaiser just got arrested recently for not domestic violence, but um, for assaulting somebody at a hotel recently and everything like that. And um, that obviously has kind of put this match into question. Now, obviously, I've seen on Instagram he is in Mexico, so he was able to make it to Mexico. But obviously, we still don't really know the details around like the arrest or anything like that. Um, so that could affect the result of the match. Because what I originally think was going to happen was, obviously I'm worried, but the hopeful thing I want to happen is that El Grande Americano wins the original unmasks, obviously, and then Chad Gable goes back to doing what he was doing before with the Creed brothers, or he could become a baby face out of it. They could obviously continue this and have Chad Gable and I'll still feud with him for unmasking him, and um, cost him maybe the mega title, and then obviously you could drag that out so that way Triple Mania, El Grande Americano himself can actually win the belt there, and finally dethrone Dominic Mysterio. But unfortunately, because this happened, they could get cold feet depending on how this goes and have the original win, the Ludwig unmasks, and then obviously they go deal with that. They could do a non-finish and have like a double disqualification, double count out, and that way that drags that out. And then they can kind of see what happens with this arrest, and then you know, if things get worse, maybe like Chad Gable just keeps the original El Grande Americano gimmick, the unmasked Ludwig, and then, or if we find out his incident, they can do the match properly, knowing that Ludwig would be around and everything like that. But I'm just gonna go with the original pick. I feel like nothing's really come out of the arrest. He's in Mexico. It seems like everything's fine. I haven't really heard anything new about it or anything like that. It seems like nothing really bad came out of it. So I'm going to say that El Grande Americano beats the original, unmasks, Chad Gable unmasks, and then they still somehow continue this and everything like that. So we'll see what happens. But, I'm a little excited about these next couple of weeks. I think week 2 is probably going to be the better week because it's going to have the mass versus mass match, potentially the AAA World Tag Team title match and the Latin American title match. So, and the 6-woman tag. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. But yeah, so I guess I'll repeat my predictions again, just to be safe. So week 1, I picked that the Creed brothers will beat Los Americanos. Ray Phoenix becomes the new AAA World Cruiserweight Champion, and Chavo Guerrero Jr. will be the AAA General Manager. And then week 2, if that's where the World Tag Team title match happens, I predict that the War Raiders will become the new champions. Either that or week 1. But they didn't. I just checked their Instagram. They didn't announce anything for about a tag title match. So I think it is week 2. Well, again, it's in 3 weeks. And then, well, I guess 2 weeks because last week was 3 weeks. And then Vikingo becomes a new AAA Latin American champion. The baby faces win the 6-woman tag, and then El Grande Americano wins the mass versus mass match and causes the original to become unmasked to be Chad Gable. So I'm really excited about these shows. I really hope we find out more information about whether or not week 2 is going to happen. But again, if El Grande Americano's there, and I'm pretty sure they'll tape in week 2, which kind of sucks. And week 1 is live. So, yeah, I'm excited about these wrestling shows today. We have this Saturday night's main event. The next week, we have week 2, and then Sunday's Clash in Paris. So I'm excited in a couple of weeks to be a WWE fan to watch all this stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Check out all the stuff on the channel. James Hebert and I just did a State of the WWE dress, just kind of covering all the problems and stuff recently for WWE. On the Talkinator, you could check out going up Monday, Memorial Day, will be Star Wars Return of the Jedi review, and then we're going to really buckle down and do some other stuff, but that's pretty much it, guys. I will talk to you guys later.